Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whim Studio. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining me today for a bit. I was laughing reading the comments because excuse me, because it made me think about last week's video. And you know, when you do these videos, a lot of times you just like can't think straight. Words escape you, or you say the wrong thing and you don't even realize it. Well, I had to laugh when I was editing my video and I said, oh, I like all the classic music, you know, like Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph. I'm like, what? Those aren't the songs like my favorite Christmas songs. I could not think of the ones I love. So I had a lot of joy reading all of your comments, and you guys love all the same kind of songs that I do. The one more contemporary song that I do love is Mary Did You Know, and a lot of you mentioned that one, and I kind of had forgotten about it because I was thinking more classical music, classic Christmas music. But that one is amazing. A lot of you like the Pentatonics one, but my favorite is actually the CeeLo Green one. That was the first time I think I heard that song, was when he sang it, and it's incredible. I also want to bring up Little Drummer Boy by Carrie Underwood and her son. I'm going to put a link to the video so you can go and watch it. She sang with her son. He's like 5, I think. It's the cutest thing. It's so cute. And he's a good little singer, so that will bring you much joy if you watch that. So what else? I just thought it was funny that I couldn't think of any singers. Nat King Cole, you know, Bing. I couldn't think of any of the, like even right now, I'm still drawing a blank. Last weekend, we watched It's a Wonderful Life. That one gets me in the feels every single time. That is such a classic Christmas movie. I mean, there's so many messages and so many good things about that movie. And so that was on Sunday, and so we decided we needed to stick in that kind of time frame, in that kind of innocence in movies. So what did we watch next? Seriously? Here we go again. See, you get on this camera and all your brain just goes away. I'm gonna ask him. So I asked Kevin over there, and he's like, I don't remember what we watched. It was a new movie we had never seen before, and it was kind of late, so he fell asleep, and then my eyes were burning and wanting to close, so I went to bed. We didn't finish watching it. Oh, I know, it was something about a candle maker. An angel every year would come and touch one of the candles, and when that candle was lit by whoever received that candle, a miracle would happen for that person. That's what it was. So I'd like to actually finish watching it, because it was kind of one of those movies that kind of were slow getting going, and plus we were tired, so that could have been why. Anyway, okay. Other than that, just been doing Vlogmas every day. If you haven't watched any of them, maybe during the Christmas break you have some free time or something, check it out. I have a keyword in each video, and if you have all the keywords, you have a chance to win an original painting. So, well, I guess if your name is drawn, I should specify. What else has went on? We didn't have the kids again. We didn't have the grandkids again, because Monday I woke up really sick. Like, I felt horrible, and I thought, oh, this is just sinus drainage, because my throat hurt. my eyes were watering, sensitive to the light, just all that going on, and nose running and sneezing. And it's progressively gotten worse. And then I felt pretty good yesterday, so I quit taking Mucinex. And then I woke up this morning hacking and coughing. I'm like, okay, I guess I need to stay on the Mucinex. But I'm feeling pretty good right now, as long as I stay on that, and it keeps all the phlegm. That's such an awful word, phlegm. Keeps all the phlegm down. I'm pretty good. I stitched my little brains out this week, and I'm telling you what, I have never frogged on a piece. I mean, this is only what, my 4th piece that I've finished. I've never frogged so much in my life. And I tried to fudge it rather than frog it, but then it would throw the whole thing off, and then it would make me so confused. And I'm like, nope, I can't do that. There's just some you just can't fudge it. So anyways, that's what my week has been all about. I don't have my list with me because I left it at the house. So I'm trying to do this off the cuff, and I kept trying, what's next? Announcements. I do have one minor announcement. Oh, before I start that, never mind. Nope, that comes later. I need structure. I need a dang list. Okay, I am not making rug patterns anymore. That probably doesn't apply to the majority of people watching this video, but it might to some of you. I traced my last hooked rug, and I couldn't be happier. For hooked rugs or punched rugs, you have to draw it straight on the grain, whether it's monk's cloth or linen, and they're big pieces. Like my hooked rugs they're huge designs, and excuse me, it takes up a big area on the workshop side of the studio. I don't have a good way of storing all of the paper patterns that I use for the tracing. There's just not a lot of room over there, so every time I go over there, there's something in my way, and it just aggravates me to no end. And I'm like, why am I doing this? I don't sell that many rugs, but when I get an order for a rug, it is always a hassle. So I reached out to Michelle of Wild Rug Studio, and it looks like it's not set in stone yet. We haven't actually had the conversation, but I don't see why it won't work. She has a rug punching studio in Elk Rapids, Michigan. I've been to her studio. She's a very sweet woman, and she said that, you know, this could really work out well, and then I will just forward all of that business will go to her. It will be a licensing deal basically, and it will be awesome because she is set up for it. That's what they do. You know what I mean? And they're probably way better at it than I am as well, because that's what they do. And I'm just really excited and say a prayer that this whole thing works out, that I can still have offer rug patterns. I can put them on my website or on my Etsy shop that way. Q&A, I only had one question from last week. I can't remember her name, but she asked if I would make the Faith and Stitches into not an auto ship, like a club where you sign up for the whole year and then I automatically send it to you once a month. The reason I'm not doing that is because I have no idea how to set something like that up. And with the holidays and everything, I don't have time to do that right now. So I'm not going to offer it as a club. I will mention it here on Flosstube and show each month's design, and I'll have a link where you can go purchase it. So that, and then this wasn't a question, but someone else mentioned that she doesn't have a way of printing PDFs, so that, she can't do that, and she was disappointed. And I can see, like, at the end of the year, taking all of those designs and putting them into a book form and then offering that book in 2023. So if you can't print PDFs, it doesn't mean you'll never get to work on any of these patterns. So that's Q&A. Next we'll go into whips. Painting whips, I don't have any because I didn't do What You Paint Wednesday and I'm not doing CW Live right now, so I don't have any of those. But I do have my cross stitch whip. Like I said, I worked a lot of hours on this. I did quite a bit of frogging, which really ticks me off because it's, you know, it takes a lot of time to do stitching, and then when you have to rip a bunch of it out, it's just frustrating. And I know you all have been there. It happens to everyone. So this is what I have done. I just this morning, let me put this on a white background instead. Oh, I put my white paper away. Oh, I use this painting. Ooh, I just kicked my... So what I had to undo this morning was over here. This is going to be a little swirly thing right there. Well, I had it down like 4 stitches down too far, so the flower that goes in this spot wouldn't fit. So I adjusted the flower just to be really small, and it looked ridiculous. And I knew if I left it that way, probably no one else would even notice, but it would irritate me to no end. So I went ahead and ripped it out, and I believe I have everything in its place now. So it's just a matter of putting the flowers in, finishing the inner border and the outer border, and then putting in the verse. So in the verse, or in the middle, the verse is going to read, "Cast your cares on the Lord and he will sustain you." So that will be, I think, in the dark green as well. So then when I'm finished with it, I'm going to make it into a little pillow. It will be my first time making a pillow, and I really hope it turns out well. I'm going to scan it before I make the pillow in case I mess it all up. At least I'll have an image of it to make the cover in case I do mess it up when I sew. I'm stitching this on 40 count. What's the name of it? It's Needle and Flax 40 count Pickwick. And I chose this color. I mean, it would be pretty on a light color too, but I wanted it to look aged and old. And I really think that effect is coming through. But I think it'd be beautiful on a light color linen, like a sampler color linen as well. I don't remember where we left off for when I showed the Vlogmas artwork that I'm doing. All right. Okay, Monday I did not paint because I was so sick. I did do a speed painting video. What I did is I downloaded a painting I did in CW Live. I downloaded it from Facebook and then I brought it into the software and I sped it up. So there's still a speed painting video. It's just not one I did that day. Okay, so Tuesday's painting was this one. And somebody on Facebook said, "Why does he look so sad?" I said, "Because his little body's being stuffed into that stocking. He's probably miserable." Tuesday. Wednesday, I painted this one, Home for Christmas. Wait. Okay, this is Thursdays, the first Noel. I just realized I didn't paint their belts on their dresses. How could I miss that? Good Lord. No one mentioned it either when I posted it. That's hilarious. Well, I need to go do that. Yesterday I painted this. This is my favorite one in the whole group so far. Candy cane Santa. I have a candy cane snowman punch needle. I don't think he's in cross stitch. This is my candy cane St. Nick. Look at his face. I love his face. And I love his green coat rather than the traditional red. So that's fun. His little striped pants. The reason it says 2002 on this is because I'm going to chart. This is probably going to be one of the first ones I chart out of these paintings I'm doing because I just love this one and I think it would be really cute in cross stitch. It'll probably be kind of a bigger cross stitch just to get all that detail. There's a lot of detail in there that I don't want to miss out on. So we'll see how, that's the biggest problem for me when I go to chart something. I want it to look like the painting. Well, it's totally different. You know, you're dealing with squares and X's. It can't be, you know, exactly like this. And I know that, but in order to get detail, it might be a little bit large. So I might have to put like a pattern or something in his coat so you're not just doing like tons of green. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. So that was my fully finished paintings. Guess what else I fully finished? And I'm in love with it. Okay, so, well, let me show you it first. Make sure I get all the little lint and the... I hate it when I show something on camera and then I look and there's a big hair on it or something. I finally fully finished that freebie that I offered to people that were on my newsletter email list. So what I did is I put this on sticky board, and then that is a red linen that I also put on sticky board, and then I hot glued them together, then hot glued it to this is a old chalkboard that little kids used to use in school, you know, before they had paper and all that stuff. They would write their answers and whatnot on these little chalkboards. I got that when I was in Amana. And then my favorite part is this vintage tinsel to hang it with, and then just made a little bow for the corner just to duff it up a little bit. But I didn't put any mini pom-pom or any kind of trim around it because I wanted it to remain kind of primitive. And I think it turned out super cute. I'm so pleased with how it turned out. So yeah, if you ever see these vintage chalkboard, they're so awesome for your finishing. Oh, and it's funny, when I was finishing, look right here. This is high. And I love that. I'm like, oh, some little kid wrote hi on it. I think it's awesome. Okay, so I had a few people send in their finished Teresa Kogut designs, so I'm going to share that with you now. First, we have Sheila Wilson. She said, thank you for the freebie. I love it. I put a small jingle bell on his hat. I used 18 count Ada Ale. All the call for colors. Great job designing, Teresa. Thank you so much, Sheila. What a cool finish. I love it. Thanks for sharing that with us. Next, we have from Sheila Engel. She stitched Oh My Bird on 32 count Ren with the called for colors and had it framed beautifully. I love that frame. It's absolutely perfect for that piece. So thank you, Sheila, for sending that in. Last but not least, we have a piece from Denise Dubois. Denise also stitched the freebie. She said, thought I'd send a picture of the project I made from your 2021 Christmas freebie pattern. I converted to Victorian model thread on 32 count Zweigart with painted snowflakes. I hung it on a basket and I filled it with greens. It hangs on the back of my front door. I adore this pattern. Thank you. That was from Denise Dubois. So thank you so much, Denise. Thank you so much, ladies, for sending in your finished pieces. 2 are from the freebie that I gave away in my newsletter, which is super awesome. By the way, that brings up something that I meant to talk about earlier. Okay, so that freebie, the St. Nick Freebie, that was for people that have subscribed to my newsletter. That newsletter went out the 1st of December. If you were not signed up for the newsletter at that time, you didn't get the freebie. I am going to put a link in the description box below to my newsletter, to the December newsletter, where the freebie is. I would appreciate if you take advantage of that freebie, that you would also click the subscribe button to my newsletter. So when you hit the link, it'll take you to the newsletter and it should say subscribe. And if you click that, you'll be subscribed. That way, when I do a freebie next time, you won't miss out. It has been brought to my attention that, you know, there's a store that has made copies and is handing out to their customers. People are sharing it on Facebook groups. Kind of a bummer because that's not how that was intended. I think because people know that it's a freebie. Well, if it's free, can't we just share it with each other? You know, I get it. I understand where the confusion can come in, but as a designer, what we do when we give a freebie away, it's usually, a lot of times it's for a purpose. I mean, there's times when, you know, a lot of my freebies are just right on my website. You can go to my website, you can look up freebies, and they're right there. But once in a while, we try to give a special treat to people that are either, you know, maybe in a Facebook group of ours, and it's just for the people that are in the Facebook group. Or maybe it's a freebie that you offer to people, like I did, that are subscribed to my newsletter. And so if I'm giving it in that kind of a condition, then for people to take it and then just publicly display it for anyone out there, I don't know, it's not, I know people don't mean any harm by doing that, and there's not really any harm being done. No one's getting hurt, okay? But it's just, it's hard to explain, and there's a lot of gray area there, and so I get the confusion. But anyways, to my own fault, I did not put on the freebie available through Teresa Kogut newsletter only. I didn't put that on there, so people don't know. So it's like, I'm not here to give a tongue lashing to anyone. I'm not putting anyone down or anything like that. But I'm just trying to talk about it and bring it to light because I'm sure it happens to other designers as well. And so basically, if you get a freebie through a newsletter, just know that you got that because you are a part of that newsletter subscription, and it's not for you to then take and put into a Facebook group or put on the internet for other people to use. Okay? If it's on someone's website, what you do then is you go to your Facebook group and say, hey, go to this link and you can get the freebie. That way it drives traffic to that person's website. You know, instead of just copying it and posting it for people to just download right there, because it's not giving any credit or any traffic to the designer. Does that make sense? The best thing you can do is to send people to the place they can go to get the freebie. That's how you should do that, okay? So anyway, that's my PSA. Just wanted to throw that out there, and no hard feelings. That's all I got to say. I have some haul I want to share with you guys. I have been watching Aaron and Cassandra of Autumn Lane Stitchery. They are doing Vlogmas as well, and they are a hoot and a holler. They're so much fun. I mean, if you want a good laugh, you gotta go watch them. But they make needle minders. I had no idea. So I had to get these needle minders. I have another one on order. It's not here yet, but oh my gosh. Look how cute. This one is wood that they make themselves on the Glowforge. And then Cassandra paints the hat, I think. No, she paints the scarf in the nose. Maybe she paints the hat too, I don't know. And then this guy that's metal. And they send that out to be made, but oh my gosh. Aaron is super talented with his designs, and he does it all on the computer, in a program. I don't know if it's on a computer or his iPad, but he does some like design with me things, and you can watch him design using the computer. It's fantastic. I love watching it because it's completely different than what I do, so I find it fascinating. I'll have their stuff, their information linked below. Then I got a back order from 123 Stitch. And when I saw this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot I ordered it. And I'm like, oh, look at it, it's Bramble. But it's not Bramble. It's very similar to Bramble. This is Picture This Plus 40 count fog. And it is glorious because it's a light color. And it looks like coffee spilled on it. It's very cool. So yeah, I really love this. And most times I like my things to be stitched on something with color, like, a little bit of brown in there or whatever. But there's just some things that need a light background. So I'm super happy to have this. I got a couple books that it's almost like I want to retire, but I don't. I wish I had more time to make cute little handmade things. So I found these on Amazon. I can't remember how they came up, what I was looking for. I don't know, but these came up and I had to get them. By Yoko Sato and Quilt Party. I don't know anything about this person, but look at the juiciness of this book. Look at that. I've told you guys before, I want to make these coin purses with the Kiss Lot clasp. I love them so much. But these are all petite projects. Here's, like, in the back, all the instructions. And then look at this quilt. It's little. It's so cute. Look, you guys. I want so bad to make some of those. I want to design cross stitch that will go on them. So that's like a 2022 goal for me, is to figure out how to make those and design cross stitch that will go on them. So that's one of the books. Of course I had to buy both. Again, it's the same kind of layout. All the stuff, instructions are in the back. Look at this. Look at this tissue holder. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Sunglasses case. A little coin purse with a big bug on it. Not my favorite, but I love the coin purse. You could put something else on it. And this is how it opens up. What else? What other? This is the cover. Look at that. It's quilted and then made it into a little purse. Are you kidding me? Look at that. So I absolutely love her work, and I will someday make projects from these books. It'll probably be years from now. But then just today, I just happened to go up to the house to get Kevin's gift to open on Vlogmas. And look what came. My order from Lady Dot Creates, Lois. Look at these velveteen. Oh my goodness. Look at the juicy colors. Chili, pepper. I had to put them in that order. I mean, come on. Look at that juicy color. So these are amazing. Super excited to get that. And then I'm not going through all of these because I've done it before, but I got tons of chenille and mini pom-poms. And rickrack. Got some rickrack too. So I'm really excited to get that all filed and put away for finishing. I guess that's it. So last week, the question was, what is your favorite Christmas song? And we already discussed all that in the beginning of this video about how goofy I was. Yeah, I like the classic songs like Rudolph and Frosty. Anyways, so thank you for all your comments, and I will insert the winner here. Congratulations. Email me at teresakogut3@gmail.com. Let me know what pattern you want and I'll get it in the mail to you ASAP. If I can do a PDF and email that to you, if you prefer that, I can do that as well. Just let me know. So this week, what you're going to win is... So this week I'm giving away an original painting. I really tried to find like an 8x10 or a 5x7. When I was painting for licensing, I wasn't thinking about these things being framed. I was just painting them in like Christmas card size or larger. Anyways, these both are 7x9. Whoa, I did the wrong one. It's opposite and I'll never get used to it. I'm just gonna tell you right now. So there's this one, and then this is the other one. So this is one, it's a 7x9. And then there is this one. Now you could have it matted and framed for an 8x10. I don't think you can readily get a 7x9 frame. I don't know. I'll look. I might even have 7x9 frames here. In order to be entered into the drawing for the original painting, your question is, your keyword is question. Your question, what you have to put in your comment is ask Kevin and I a question, because we're doing a Q&A, a Q&A next week for Vlogmas. So we're looking for questions to answer. So if you just type in, I have a question for Teresa, and then ask me the question. I have a question for Kevin, and then ask the question. Ask one question, ask 2, 3, 10, I don't care. We will answer all of them in a video next week. So we're looking forward to that. We've done that a few times. We've done them live. I think twice we've done them live, and then we did one in Patreon. So we've done it a few times, and we always have a good time with it. So anyways, I guess that's it, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for another amazing year. I forgot, okay, so December 1st was my Flosstube anniversary. I don't know, is that how you say it? December 1st is in 2018. Yeah, 2018, December 1st. That was my first Flosstube video, and I totally passed through, just blew right on past that December 1st and didn't even think to mention it. But I just, 3 years of this, and it's been so much fun, and I have made so many new friends doing Flosstube. It's been a blessing in my life. So thank you for your comments. Thank you for hanging out with me on these videos. And if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. I don't know if I said this in the last video. I hope I'm not repeating myself, but a lot of people watch and don't realize they're not even subscribed. So it's just a little friendly reminder. Check it out as you're watching this video. If you're watching it on TV, you can't obviously do it that way, but you can, well, you can still subscribe, I think, on your TV, but it's way easier on your phone or on your computer or laptop. So just make sure you're subscribed in order to get in on the drawings, but it also helps out our channel. I just want to say Merry Christmas. Next Saturday is Christmas, so I will not be doing a Flosstube on Christmas. I might do one the Monday after Christmas, is a good possibility, but don't hold my feet to the fire on that one. Enjoy your families. You know, I know this is a really hard time for a lot of people, and it's a hard time for me too. And that was one of the reasons I did Vlogmas. Vlogmas has really brought back the spirit of Christmas for me, and all the reminiscing and things like that has just brought so much joy for me this Christmas, and I'm just grateful to be doing it. And a lot of people comment and say that it has brought them a lot of joy this Christmas as well. So that's what it's all about. So happy holidays, and don't forget, create a happy day. Bye.